Okay, this one might upset a few folks, particularly some of my Patriot viewers. Nevertheless, I do want to discuss this to you because there's something going on in Dearborn, Michigan, a town with a large Muslim population that is really angering folks on the right. You're hearing this all over Fox News. You're hearing this from conservatives all over America because the Muslim community in Dearborn, Michigan is doing something to piss off the local residents. I want to give you a statement that was given by a town resident at a city hall meeting, and you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. Now, this came from Andrea Unger, who has lived in Dearborn, Michigan for 40 years. She says the loudspeakers at a mosque about a quarter mile from her home carry the call to prayer multiple times a day, often lasting about 5 minutes each time. She said the sound is so loud it can be heard clearly inside her home, sometimes as early as 5:30 in the morning. Now, I'm going to give you a taste of what this sounds like because it is a legitimate complaint, but there's a whole lot of hypocrisy to it. Listen to this. Straight out of Fallujah. Now, I can understand, I'm sure you can too, why somebody would be upset having to hear that every day. But we're going to talk about this from a standpoint of hypocrisy because many folks are saying that, listen, these Muslim individuals are in this country doing stuff like that. They go against our way of life completely, how wrong this is. But the video kind of is titled, does our shit not stink or something like that? Because this is a legitimate complaint what they have in Dearborn, Michigan. But do people not realize that we're doing the same thing over there? Or does that not make any difference? Do you not care about us doing that to them? President Trump right now is talking about reclaiming Bagram Air Base in Afghanistan. You think that they don't have to deal with noise as Black Hawk helicopters are launching missions into the wee hours of the morning and shit right over their homes? I'm just telling you how it looks. We're complaining about noise here in America. Do you think we cared when we were doing all of that in their country? Understand that. President Trump is talking about making Gaza the Riviera of the Middle East. Once again, in their country, doing something that goes against their way of life, which is exactly what we're complaining about in regards to what's going on in Dearborn, Michigan. Fact is, we've been in the Middle East promoting everything from Christianity to women's equality, to capitalism, even installing pro-American leaders and dictators all over the place. Complete nation building. So while they do have a legitimate complaint of what's going on in Dearborn, Michigan, I would submit to you that's quite minor in regards to what we're actually doing in Muslim countries. And my guess is many of the same folks that are complaining about what happened in Dearborn, Michigan, what's going on in Dearborn, Michigan, probably were 100% okay with us doing all of that stuff in the Middle East. I'm just simply saying, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I know it sounds unpatriotic. I know a lot of my folks on the right disagree with this, but if you're going to be doing things in their country, I don't see how we have a whole lot of reason to complain when it's happening over here. That's just simply a siren going off in the middle of the night that needs to be stopped. What they're doing in Dearborn, Michigan needs to stop. I'm 100% behind enforcing, noise ordinances or whatever the hell it takes to make that stop. But if we're going to be continuing doing what we're doing in their countries, I don't think we have a legitimate right to complain. I just don't. I mean, fact is, October 7th, what happened to the Israelis on October 7th a couple years ago, that didn't happen to America. Why the hell are we involved in what's going on over there? Why are we telling them we're going to take Gaza over and make it the Riviera of the Middle East? We have no right to take a whole fucking country, or whatever you want to call it, Palestinian state or the territory, whatever you want to call it, and make it ours. That's far worse than any form of noise pollution announcing a time to prayer. So I'm going to ask you guys in conclusion to this video, is it just a case of our shit don't stink? Where it's okay for us to do this stuff to other people, but it's wrong when they do it to us? Promoting religion like Christianity in their areas, promoting capitalism in their areas, promoting our way of life in the Middle East is something we do constantly, including women's equality and all this other stuff that they don't agree with. Is it wrong when we do it? Or better yet, is it wrong when they do it, but totally acceptable when we do it? Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, feel free to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.